Hey, how's it going? Hi there. Welcome back to the Hi there. Welcome back to the Joy of Color Grading. We're continuing this little series of a short film that I'm currently color grading, and we've kind of gone through the top end look development of the entire footage, and then we did some exposure balancing, and now we're just we're gonna work on the color balance and work on making sure that we're preserving our skin tones and various other features that are important to the shot. So kind of dealing with just the color balance and a little bit of saturation and doing some diagnostics because this is about a girl and her red boots. And the funny thing is that red and yellow, they're very similar when you think about them on the color wheel. They're very close. And so we know where skin is. It's not pure red and not pure yellow. And so the second we start playing around with making those red boots look fancy dancy, we might start fiddling around with the skin tone too much. And we don't want her to look, our talent, to look weird, to look red or something like that. So we want to kind of be specific with the things that we're doing. And so this is at a shot by shot level. So we have two clips where she has the red boots and two clips where she doesn't have the red boots. Because if you don't know the story of Gossi, the story of Gossi is about a duck, a little yellow duckling who has bright red boots. And so let's just pop over here. And she loves those bright red boots. We're just going to work in our color balance. Let's just start with, we've already gotten exposure and everything like that, kind of in a happy place. I'm not too concerned about how these colors look. Everything is kind of just very natural. The open DRT at the top end level does a lot for us, but we're just gonna, hop over to the end of our tree where everything's already in Rec 7 and we're just gonna see what her skin looks like. We're gonna focus in on her skin, everything else to hell. So here's a good shot. We can turn on her skin check. We can see that she's kind of, she's got that, a little bit of a magenta look going on to her. We can she's got that hair in her face. Where does she look at? There we go. So, yeah. So she's a little bright in her cheeks, so that's kind of putting her skin tone a little bit out of range just because of the luminosity. And we just want to think about how do we dial that back a notch. So we'll just turn on skin check on all these clips here. And yeah, there's different ways to check on skin and things like that. But this one is from a DCTL by Mononodes, and it's just really nice. So this is good side profile of our skin. We can look at the color balance, and we can kind of just go, all right, so let's just work our offset wheel. And you can see we're affecting how that skin looks. Because it's pretty much just going, here is what the middle skin tone line is. And are we drifting towards red or are we drifting towards green? And it's very nice to say yellow is what you want. So just playing around with my offset to move me into a happier place. And I really just want her to be as much yellow and where it is green. So we're just paying attention to things like, is there random specks of green in her face? We don't want that. But we can see kind of like the edge of her arms. There's a nice little crisp green line. And so we want to maintain that. We can tell that we start drifting towards red where she's a little bit more highlighted. We can pop out of the skin check by just going bloop, bloop, bloop. I wish I had the big fancy advanced panel. Yeah, we can kind of see come in. Our skin tone's looking good there. And we didn't really affect the rest of the image too badly, so it's not like we're having to do damage control. And kind of mess with that. So we're just going to go at range. What was that range? Yeah, let's see here. And this is just another DCTL. We can kind of just fiddle with. We can make things a little bit more saturated, but we can just skosh back her skin saturation a little bit. I'm one of those people, I hate when people look like burnt toast. And the funny thing is, I struggle with it a lot, especially when you're working on editing this video. It's going to be quite the struggle because I always think that I look like burnt toast, but I don't. It's mostly just the lighting in this room where I'm lit up, but I'm backlit by a wall that's a little bit on the rosier side, the browner side, and so it casts the brown kind of warmer hue as the light hits that and then bounces around the room. But you know, that's kind of just how things are. Can't really do much about it. It's what it looks like. We want that red to pop. So we got some nice saturation going, and pretty good. Let's go see how that's looking here. I mean, if we go just, she's all over the place. Like this is a good. So we're just gonna hop in offset. We're just gonna swing it around very gently, very gently. We don't want to push too hard. And you can see we're getting how it's affecting Dairy. So the cool thing is, since we're kind of just steering our color based on what her skin should look like, you can kind of see how that's affecting different parts of the image as well with the skin checker, because if it's close to skin tone, that's where we're kind of messing with. So yeah, she's a little desaturated. We do have different things going on where it's brighter, she's got some more green. Kind of would like to work that rosiness and steer that out a little bit if we can. So we're just gonna go work. We're just pushing our gamma around, which is working more the low end and the shadows. And we're just kind of, I should show you what I'm doing. There we go. Yeah, not the greatest at remembering that. Yeah. Let's see, because we already checked, like, we're just working on getting it nice and tight. We can try something. Let's just put a node there. Drop in a new DC tail. I've been playing around with there's a new one available for mono nodes that I haven't had much chance to work with, but I kind of want to see what it does. So if we do weird things, so that's at our top end. We can go take the skin check off. Oh, no, wrong button. Boop, 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 boop. Alright, let's see how this skin shaper, what this DCTL does. So this is actually picking everything that's skin hued. So we got the highlight node on, and we're just going to drop the center. I think the instructions said. And so whatever has color is what is getting affected. So if we want to we're just using this to highlight and select her skin. So that changes the hue. We don't want to do that. And now we want to get as close of a match to her skin. We want to check out the range. Still learning how this one works, but kind of see how we affected that. Ooh, that made her burnt toast. Toasty little girl. Let's see how that's working on the scopes. We can see, if you look at how we're rotating hue-wise. So she's sitting green. Yeah. Huh. Let's see here. The hard part is we're trying to work it against her skin tone. Kind of, she has highlights, so that's what's going on a lot. Is in this shot. This one looks good. This one coming around towards the end is where she shows her face, and we can go into color, just offset, and just push that up, As you can see how we're just bringing it back in. We're never really probably going to on this one get it perfect just because of how the lighting is. Yeah, let's just double check that. And yeah, we really only swung the color balance with the express purpose of making her skin feel good. We'll be able to do a little bit more with things like power windows and things like that to get a little bit more contrast built in, but overall, yeah, it's looking pretty nice, right? It's always fun when we're being creative, isn't it? Come on now. When are we not having fun? So we're already in a happy place. We're going to kind of pop over into the middle of our tree. So we've kind of bookended things. We have our top end look, and then we have at the bottom end, just exposure, color balance, and things like that. But now it's like, how do we make these images sing? How do we make them shape? So the thing with this image is, when we're looking at this, like what I'm drawn to is, yeah, we got a nice little border on one side that we're looking at of the tree, and then it kind of just opens up, so we're instantly looking left to right. And there is just, for me, there is just that, I just feel like the lighting is a little bit too bright. And now we did make some adjustments here and there, so we can kind of we can go back in and maybe bring up our offset just a little bit. And kind of tweak, maybe bring down our whites a little bit, our gain. And then, yeah, we're going to just pop over here. We're going to just do windows. Windows. So let's see. We just have a window right there. We're going to, just draw. Maybe make it in and then just give it a lot of softness. I'm going to rotate it. And we're going to kind of put it up near the top over here. And just use softness. She's in a tree, so we can be kind of a generalistic and be careful, but we want to just take down some of the gain, some of those bright spots. And you can see we're bringing down that side of the image. We bring in the shadow so that there is a definition. And now it's not as harsh. We can just see there's a change, like it's just right there. Very simple. And then, yeah, let's go here. Let's go with another window. Kind of just put in, let's think about this. We're just trying to bring, so we already have various elements that are bringing the eye from the left side of the image all the way to the right. And we kind of want to make sure that we are bookending her. So we're just going to kind of go like this. We're going to just do a nice, she kind of is stationary. She's just sitting here. There's not much going on. Let's just put a window right up on her, and put a ton of softness. We just want a ton of softness. We just want it all over the place. And we're just going to invert that. We're gonna hit tools, boop, 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 boop. Did I do that right? Yeah. So then if we bring everything down, it's there. Yeah. Bring everything up. She's left alone. So we're going to just bring everything down. Because I did that. I think I did that a little bit weird. We just want to, just pop out another node and add in boop, 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 boop. Well, that setting's different. Why is it not letting me do? So we're just going to copy this and put that over there because it's being weird. Oh, I didn't know that. If you have it inverted, you can't add it outside. Interesting. We're just going to bring her up. So this is technically an outside node, but it's separated. It's not tied to the same mat as the first one. So we can actually change this slightly different. That's probably why I've never encountered that. Just bring the sizing down. So yeah, so we kind of just did a broad exposure adjustment, but if we look at our scopes, you can kind of see that things are cramped down a little bit more around her. So we have, you can see the scopes, the right side of the image is very, there's not much up in the highlights. And then where she's at, there's the highlights still, that where it goes up over the top, but then it dips down. And so you have this little mountain through our waveform that when you look at, you know, she is a little bit less, but it's not as aggressive of a change from how bright those highlights were a minute ago. It's a lot more even. And we can see what we did with these 3 power windows just by turning them off, turning them on, turning them off, turning them off. And yeah, when you do it like that, you kind of go, wait, that is a little bit sharp. Just bring that maybe a little bit softer. And we can add a little bit more contrast to this. And oops, did I do it right? There we go. Yeah, so that was one thing change to make. I am doing a bad job today of making sure you can see what I'm doing. And how did we affect pop over? Like we talked about, one of the things that we want to be mindful of is skin tones, because this is a keynote image for her. And we're a little light on skin tones, but that's kind of just because we've kind of have to come back to our color balance a little bit, maybe just make a small tweak, because what we did was we changed how the light affects her. So just a small tweak there, just to get it back to where it was. But all we do is do some exposure adjustments over the top of the color balance, and then we already did. And so we don't want to just keep going. Well, we color balanced it and then we did this. We can just kind of go back to where we were at, kind of dial that back in. You know, we made an adjustment. Image is a little bit more shapely. We're drawn to the center because it goes dark, light, medium, dark, or it goes, yeah, something like that, where we have those bright highlights bracketing around her head, and then the edges are dark, so we're kind of windowing ourselves down to her. And we can go work on some of the other shots as well. This one is fun. You can kind of just take out, like this is distracting. You can see how in the waveform we got some things going on there. So we can just, you know, add another window. And yeah, sometimes I switch them to, we're just gonna pump that over here and just be a little soft. We're kind of just bringing that down a notch, because it's a little bit, when you look at it, it's a lot hotter than the rest of that wall. So we're just bringing it in. So it is not contesting with our actress. And we might just put in another window on the same one so that it's even. Oops. Window on. Back. Add a window. And we're just going to go change the aspect, change the softness, and then just drop it down on there. Yeah. There we go. Now how are we looking? So we have the girl, she runs up. And now we are definitely not as distracted by everything else that's going on in the image. Just kind of clamped it down. She is the vibrant highlight, but we want to probably dial her back a notch. The saturation is a little bit much for what we're working on. She looks up. Yeah. Just kind of scrub through. It's not too shabby. Where are my boots? Anyways, I'm just gonna go through. We're gonna keep working on these shots. I'm glad you were able to join along for the ride of shaping the image a little bit more. We're just how just a simple tweak of adding a power window kind of frames her. So we go from having the the retaining wall kind of just being that thing where she looks over. Now she is kind of framed a lot more. We know where to look. We know where she is, and we're looking at her as she is looking for her boots. She doesn't want to lose those boots. So, yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed that. Be sure to check out the links in the description. If you have, do all those YouTube things. Leave a comment. That's always nice. Let me know what you think. And if you want to, you can talk about your project, commercial film, and things that can be color graded. Be sure to send me a message, and maybe we can do it live, sort of live. I mean, film me doing it like this for the YouTube. So, anyways, till you have a chance to talk to me, it's been fun. It's been real, but we kind of went through the whole story of Gossi, looking at these couple images, and yeah, I'm kind of just chilling right now while the YouTube does its thing to let you know that there's something else you can watch. Did you have a good day?